Heroes have brand new abilities inside Clash of Clans. Let's learn how to use the King's Earthquake Boots, the Queen's Giant Arrow, and even the Queen's Healers. Let's go ahead and try to take this to Town Hall 16, but before we do, it says we need to drop a building. And this building right here is called the Blacksmith. It is able to be dropped at Town Hall 7 because it's going to give your heroes abilities. Yes, more than your regular abilities that you're used to. So let's go and deploy that building right there. The blacksmith is down, which means that now we are able to upgrade to Town Hall 16. Let's go ahead and finish off this blacksmith, and we have just unlocked the earthquake boots, which are for the king. So let's go to the equipment here and notice there are all these abilities for our heroes. Let me explain what they do. First up is the Barbarian King. This first ability here is the normal ability where it spawns barbarians. When you press his ability, you have a spawn of barbarians moving around him so they can distract defenses. Nothing different than we're used to. And the Rage Vial is next, which we are used to. When you pop this ability, you are gonna rage up the Barbarian King and push him through the base quicker. But the newest ability here is Earthquake Boots. When you use this ability, you will then have a radius of an earthquake spawn around the king, instantly taking down walls. You guys must be wondering, can a level 1 earthquake boots on my level 1 king take down a max level 17 wall? So let's put it to the test. Let's drop the king right here, level 1, and boom! Yes, it can. It's just like 4 earthquakes, takes every single wall down, no matter the level, at level 1 earthquake boots. Next up is the Vamp Stash, and this ability will let the king gain health every time he swings his sword. It doesn't matter if it's a regular building, if it's a defense against a defensive hero or troop, or even a wall. The king will be regaining health every single swing. But take note of one phrase: passive ability. If we take a look at the other ones, earthquake boots say active ability. We have the Barbarian Puppet, which says active ability, and we have the Rage Vial, which says active ability. What does passive mean? It means that you don't have to press the ability button. It means even once you immediately drop the king, every time he swings, he's going to gain health. The other ones, you need to press the ability for it to work. So this passive ability will be working every single swing for the king throughout his entire lifespan. Next up for the queen, we have the Archer Puppet and the Invisibility Vial. These are like the normal, where spawn of archer will come around the queen and the queen will become invisible. But this is where it becomes interesting. A giant arrow. When you pop this ability for the queen, one arrow will fly across the entire base, damaging or even taking down the buildings that it goes through. I maxed out the giant arrow to level 18. It does 1,950 damage. Let's see it in action. Every single building down here and defense is what I could take down when it's maxed out. So here we go. Let's drop this queen, and we're gonna pop that ability, and boom, skips across, hits everything. It did hit these because it wasn't in that direct line, but this is crazy. Next is a healer. When you pop this ability, you're going to spawn a healer right on top of the queen. When it's maxed out, you're going to spawn 3 healers. For the Warden, we're going to have the normal Warden Eternal Tome that we are all used to. This is probably an ability you're never going to switch away from. But this is going to be the life gem that we are used to this, where the troops inside will gain some HP, but they leave, it will go away. But this is where it starts to change. The Healing Tome. You deploy any troops within this circle of the Warden, they're going to gain health. They're going to get, just like a heal spell, they're going to be able to regain health from damage, from giant bombs, from anything. Next is the Rage Gem for the Warden. Anything that is in this Warden circle will get raged up. Doesn't matter if it's the heroes, the troops, or your clan castle that comes out. It will all be raged up here by 20% at level 1, which is a big difference from a maxed out level 6 rage spell. Let's go and check that out. The rage spell, 180%. So that is a big difference here if you're using a rage spell versus the Warden Rage Gem. But I would say using this is still going to be a big bonus to not having to use a raid spell. Just will be a passive ability. What you also might notice is each one of these abilities here, which are the normal abilities that we're used to, start at level 15. There's a reason for that. They only start at level 15 because I had max heroes previously. So if you see my heroes level 90, 90, 40, and 65 here, that means that I will have level 15 across the board. Actually, you don't have to have that high of heroes. You can have a level 81 king or queen, and you'll get that level 15 gear. If you have a level 26 king or queen, you get the level 4 gear. For the Grand Warden, you just need a 56 or higher to get 15 gear, and the Royal Champion, you just need 30. Remember, once you download the update, you will instantly get the corresponding gear here that you see on the screen to your hero. You don't have to work from level 1 all the way up. This is a nice bonus because it is getting introduced in the game with this update. I lowered my hero levels for each one. I lowered the King down to level 1, Warden is 21, Royal Champion is 15, and Queen is 65. So if I go into their equipment here, you can see where my heroes start. My Barbarian King has level 1 because he's a level 1. My Queen has a level 11. The Warden has level 9. And the Royal Champion has level 9. So if you saw from that table, this is where your heroes are going to be, is dependent on their current level in the game. How do you upgrade the hero abilities? You need to obtain these new resources. The first one is the shiny ore. And the only way to get it is through a star bonus or the clan wars. The second one is the glowy ore. Again, star bonus and clan wars. And the most rare is the starry ore. And this one is only clan wars or in special events. But take notice of how much you can hold of each. You can only hold a max of 200 starry, you can only hold a max of 1,000 glowy ores, and a 10,000 shiny ores. But that is dependent on the level of your blacksmith. The more you upgrade your blacksmith, the more you'll be able to hold inside of it. And once it's level 9, the max for the shiny ore is 50,000, the max for the glowy ore is 5,000, and the max for the starry ore is 1,000. Level 18 is the max for the hero abilities. But how do you switch the abilities for your heroes? It's as easy as clicking and dragging. You can do any combination that you want with your heroes. It does not matter. But notice here, at least for the Queen, you know how I don't have this invisibility anymore since I put it down to the bottom for these healers? Well, that means if your Queen is getting locked onto by a single target Inferno, she will no longer become invisible, so you have to be careful now with the abilities you select. Let's add the Healing Tome to this Warden, and notice how it says the active ability, which means that it only works once you press the button. So we're going to use this Warden to start down here, and a lot of wizards, and here we go. There's wizards just like that, and boom, pop the ability. You can see the Warden Internal Tome protects them, and then that Healing Tome was able to heal them back up. But of course, once the ability wears off, the wizards will instantly die very quickly. But that brings me to my next thought. What if I add both of these gems, which says passive ability for this one and passive ability for this one? What happens when I pop the Warden ability now? Well, my Warden is down and I still have an ability to press. So let me go ahead and drop these wizards, press the button, and nothing happens. So because these are passive abilities, this Warden ability kind of does nothing right now if you use two passive ones. You must have the active ability in order for that button to actually do anything. Is there a combination that allows me to get through these storages and taking down the multi-target Infernos? Well, if I click my hero, I can see what ability I have. I have the Warden Internal Tome and the Rage. So let's see. Let's go ahead and drop that Warden and drop the Wizards and the ability right away. Let's see if this allows me to get through these storages and taking down the multi, because that Rage rages up these Wizards. And look at this. Multis are going down. That multi's going down. And that multi goes down as well. The raged up wizards with the Warden ability is insane. Let's learn the stats for the level 18 hero abilities. The Barbarian Puppet, we have 44 units being summoned. The Rage Vial, we're increasing just the Barbarian King. We have the Earthquake Boots, which do 50% damage, but the Earthquake does any wall, even at level 1. We have the Vamp Stash, which is healing per hit is 300. That's pretty crazy, maxed out. The Summoned Archers is 35 here. The invisibility for the Queen is 7.8 seconds. That Giant Arrow, which we saw before, is 1,950 damage. We have the healers being summoned, 3 of them, and they are level 8 healers, not level 9 for maxed out there. The Warden Eternal Tome lasts for 9.5 seconds. We have the Life Gem, which is a HP increase of 100%. For a max of 725. We have the Healing Tome, which lasts for 25 seconds. So this lasts quite a long time after you press that ability. Very interesting. And then the Rage Gem, which damage increases 50%. Not like a Rage spell, which is like 180. So that's a big difference. The Royal Champion has the Royal Gem with 2,400 health increase plus others. And of course, the Seeking Shield, which will bounce 4 targets, which is absolutely clutch. But the Royal Champion only does indeed have 2 abilities. Maybe we will see some soon in the future.